Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the digital presence of the New York Times, presented by me, Andrea McCullough. The agenda for this presentation begins with a brief history of the New York Times, followed by a few points of their current digital strategy, and then we're going to dive into how their digital strategy is actually being executed with their email engagement, device apps, social media, website, and then we're going to close out with some opportunities for them to improve. The New York Times was founded in 1851 in New York City with the intention of creating journalism that was both conservative and radical. In its long history, it has earned the title of newspaper of record, and its motto, "All the news that's fit to print," relays the high standard of journalistic integrity that the New York Times is known for. In 2015, the New York Times recognized that times were changing in the newspaper industry, and it published its strategy in the white paper, Our Path Forward. The strategy covered many aspects of the business, but it notably focused on user experience, journalism and storytelling, as well as advertising. So let's get started. Let's take a look at the digital engagement of the New York Times. As a subscriber of the New York Times, you can opt into many different email campaigns. Most common is the daily Today's Headlines email, which recaps all of the current events with links back to the website for the full story. Other emails include breaking news alerts, which provide real-time reporting as events happen. Also, category newsletters or opinion emails can be selected here. Take note of the advertising. It's Google Sense, it's Google AdSense, and will most likely show what you've recently been shopping for. The New York Times offers quite a few apps to interact with their content, experience different environments through VR, and to zen out with their crossword or cooking app. Their newspaper app, which is not shown here, is very similar to their website experience, which we will explore later. The New York Times is present on all of the major networks, and their reach is extensive. Many of their networks exceed 1 million followers, with Twitter leading the way with 41.6 million followers. Most of the posts lead directly to the New York Times website, their hub of all information. So finally, we're going to take a look at the New York Times website, the hub of all information. All of the social media sites, all of the apps pull content from the website or point back to the website. And this article that we're looking at an article that has both video as well as text, multiple videos, as well as graphics. It really integrates all media and all types of content for your viewing. In the upper right corner, you can see the share buttons. You can share it to Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest even, or you can engage in the reading community just by clicking on those buttons in the top. And in the upper left, you can go to the home page. And again, this New York Times looks like the paper. The only thing that's missing here is the ads. I have an ad blocker activated. So if the ads were showing, they would have shown under the New York Times masthead. But because I have an ad blocker, they are not showing. This is unlike most other news sources, which require you to disable your ad blocker in order to view the content. The New York Times relies heavily on their subscriber base for their revenue, so they are not reliant on ads as a major source of revenue. So they are able to allow this to happen in most cases. There may be some different areas where it is funded by ads that you'll see they want you to disable your ad blocker, but in most cases for the New York Times, you can view it without ads, and that is a great plus. So up in the corner, you can see the sections. You can see all the different sections, the regular sections that you would want to see, and you can just scroll around and take a look at the New York Times. There's a lot of information here, and they do it on a daily basis. It's a really good source of information. Thanks. All right, so let's look at some opportunities to improve. The reputation of newspaper of record does not show in basic search results for news. Other news options such as CNN, Fox, and US News come up when generic searches for news are performed, but the New York Times shows low on the list, if at all. They should look into why this is occurring and find ways to be a top result in generic searches for news through search engine optimization options. While other news sources rely on ads for a major portion of their revenue, the New York Times has been able to grow its subscriber base so that it is the major revenue generator for the news source. Because of this, they can explore innovative advertising partnerships such as their T Brand Studio, which expands their storytelling abilities to the major brand advertisers. They should continue to push innovative advertising partnerships along with their affiliate advertising and create brand subscriber partnerships where members of their partners would get New York Times subscriptions as part of their membership. And that's it. Well, kind of. Thank you for your time and consideration in looking at the digital presence of the New York Times. Listed are direct links to some of the social media platforms for the Times. If you're interested, continue watching for some demos of their social media posts and content. Thanks again, and be safe on the interwebs.
Our nation is more divided than ever. The truth is, alternative facts are just plain delusional.
The media needs to be held accountable. The truth is, locker room talk is harmless. The truth is, we need to put the safety of the American people.
The truth is, we need a full investigation of any ties to Russia.
I'm Layla. I'm Nayoka. We are Island Aquatics. Let's go 7, 8, 1.